Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it, okay? And I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here, okay? You put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey, okay? Your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin pocket, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey everybody, what's going on? What's happening? 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 Y'all, hold up. I gotta switch my glasses. Cause, okay. So y'all, we left these downstairs. These are brand new. Brand new. And Juvie got to them. And now they're scratched for dear God. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I can't see. Oh, motherfucker shitted on my rug, y'all. Oh, I can't stand him. I love him. But he shitted on my rug just now. That's why I'm a little late. Okay? It worked for me. 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 It worked. Okay? It is jumping rope while listening. All right. Better get it in. You better get it in, child. I did that Pilates yesterday. Girl. First of all, hey, Jaylee. What's going on, girl? Y'all know the Ooh Ladies First panel this week is on Jaylee's channel. It's tomorrow instead of Thursday. So y'all make sure y'all come through. All right? So we can discuss such things. Okay? Oh, God, that wasn't good. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm still trying to get off of arguing with people on Twitter about Marlo. All right, girl, I appreciate you. You know, I love when I see y'all in my chat. I mean, I love when I see everybody in my chat, but when I see, you know, my girls in the chat, I always get happy. Girl, my abs, my neck, my back, all that shit hurt from that Pilates class. Okay. We're going to get into Real Housewives of Atlanta and the Marlo situation later on today when I come back from getting my lashes done. Okay. We're probably going to wait until after my therapy session, girl, because I'm going to see, because I might be able to fit it in between. We'll see when I get it, because in 2 hours I should be done. Okay. But, oh, thank you. I appreciate you guys. You're a peach. Oh my God, y'all, I don't want to even get into that first. So let's just go ahead and get into Love and Marriage DC. But I'm going to just say, like, we're just going to have disagreements about things. We're going to have disagreements about things because if it's one thing I feel strongly about is not teaching young people to put worth in clothing and also not to attach themselves to objects, because you can lose that shit. I lost an entire closet full of clothes. Not just a closet, okay? Nigga lost all their clothes, okay, at one point in life. So I just have a very different mindset about what you should be teaching young girls. I don't give a fuck if they're, you know, I don't care. I don't care where they are in their life. The lesson that every grown person needs to come to the conclusion of is my self-worth has nothing to do with inanimate objects. My self-worth has nothing to do with whether something is new or old. My self-worth has nothing to do with a piece of clothing. My self-worth is about me, how I feel about me. And that radiates through the clothes I wear. I don't want to get into it. I don't. But it's just so upsetting to me that people are missing the fucking lesson here because they want to be so focused on where the girls are. And it's like, it doesn't matter where you are. The lesson is the same. Don't attach yourself to these things because you will lose them. You can lose them. So don't attach yourself to these things. And the idea of not wanting something because it isn't new is attaching your worth to whether something is new or not. And if you don't understand that, I'm sorry for you. Putting expensive clothes on doesn't change your circumstances. Expensive clothes don't make Marlo any richer than Candy. However, old clothes do make Marlo money. But we also don't want to teach the nephews, okay, to be spoiled, right? We don't want to teach the nephews the wrong thing. As if them living with you is not similar to foster care. Yeah, you're their family, but you ain't their mama. Listen, chop. In a time where gas is $5 a fucking gallon, we arguing about old or new clothes. And I want you to know that it's not about that for Marlo. I want you to know that Marlo doesn't really care about that. I want y'all to know that. But see, when people got online and decided they wanted to call me dumb and stupid because of the way I feel about this, that's when I got aggravated and felt the need to tell people I'm in a mood to curse people the fuck out today. So don't press me. Because see, all of that typing shit is cute. But when I get up here and I can just talk, the energy is really on some shit. See, that's why I don't like all of that online going back and forth with the typing shit. Because I don't have the energy, the patience, the wherewithal to do dumb shit with y'all. But I'll get up here on my shit and talk my shit. That's easy. But I can't believe this is an argument. I just can't, y'all. I just can't believe this is an argument. Y'all, after you lose everything, you really don't put value on that type of prideful mindset anymore. That's a very prideful mindset to teach to people that don't have a lot. And see, to me, what I have noticed, and I'm going to kick it poetic real quick and then we're going to get into this. But what I have noticed is what you do to young kids when you teach them to be too prideful is that they start to feel like they can't accept help when they need it. Because somebody has told them they needed to be more prideful. And I just kind of feel like pride should come as a part of who you are and in yourself and your boundaries. Not about inanimate objects until you can earn them for yourself. And when you can earn and pay for new clothes, when you can pay for expensive cars and expensive Lululemon tights out the store, when you can do that for yourself, that's when it matters. Before that, you better get that shit how you can get that shit. And even after you can afford it, sometimes still. You think I'm going to turn down nice old shit? First of all, I have two sisters that love labels. I don't really care about them that much, but I do notice the difference in quality depending on the label. Okay? Y'all, I can't stand Gucci as a company, but I swear to God, they have some of the cutest shit. We're slowly being broken down over here in this household, and we're trying not to be. Okay? But God damn it, if those Gucci floral patterns don't get me every time. But I also feel like it's called living within your means. Come on now, talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. But we'll go and pay thousands of dollars for bags that have been worn by other people. But we're going to refuse gently worn clothing? That's not why she did that, y'all. That's not why. You did that because you wanted to create more issue with Candy, because you wanted people to be more upset with Candy. And there are actually people upset with Candy about this, and I just don't even understand it. This is not even that show. But I could not believe that people responded to my tweet in that way. I posted the shit yesterday and was just looking at the tweets this morning and saw one of them tweets and was just like, wait the fuck a minute. Okay, I don't know who the fuck you think you talking to, bitch. Yeah, you're right. I have never been in foster care, but I've been displaced and I have lost an entire home full of shit. So excuse me for feeling like nobody should be putting that much worth on clothing. To have that type of attitude about it. I just really don't want my girls to have used things. Right, because only those of us that had parents in the household should feel like it's okay to take used things, right? And then acting as if I said the girls shouldn't receive new things. No, absolutely give them new things. That's what she says she does herself. But, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to let this shit go because we're going to talk about this later today anyway. But here's the thing. And it's why you guys just fuck with me sometimes because you never know what I'm going to talk about in which live. You just never know. Here's the thing. And I say this on Instagram. I can go and buy new clothes from Forever 21. I can go and buy new clothes from Rainbow. I can go and get you a whole bunch of new clothes from fucking Walmart. They'll still have the tags on them. Or I can give you the Alex and Olivia expensive name brand clothes that I was given and only wore once, and some of it didn't even wear at all. And it's in really good condition. So let me explain why those two things. Okay, let me explain. So I can buy you a whole bunch of cheap shit and it'll be new, but then you won't be able to wear it in 5 years. I can give you some expensive shit and there might be a jacket, a pair of slacks, and a sweater that you will have for the next 10 years of your fucking life because those clothes were so well made. Do you see the difference and why you shouldn't really care that much about whether they're new or not? Because it can be about the quality. Candy said that she was giving Marlo the chance to come and pick through the things herself so she could choose what pieces were the best. She still didn't even want to do it because it was Candy's clothes. I feel like if you have nothing and you aren't grateful for nice things just because they're hand-me-downs, your mentality is fucked up. Just a little bit. Okay. So like it's no, y'all. No, y'all, that's not a good thing to teach anybody. I don't care what the child's circumstances are. That's not a good thing to teach anybody. It's just not. It's just not. It's not. You put worth in things that don't matter, y'all. And Marlo cares so much about name brand. Candy doesn't. Candy's still richer than her. Girl, can I tell you? I am mad. Katrina took a hand-me-down from me that I wanted to wear so goddamn bad. I still remember the outfit. I was telling them on Instagram. If you was on my Instagram, you heard me talk about that two-piece Carl Kanai that I wanted to wear. They got ruined. It was sitting in plastic. My cousin wore it one time. She wore it one time. And she gave it to me. And I wanted to wear that shit so bad. My point is, Candy could go and buy them girls thousands of dollars from Inside, girl. Send them some gift cards, tell them to tear down. And Inside be some good shit sometimes, but it's hit and miss. Versus Marlo coming in and going through huge bags of clothes that could have tags on them, that could be really great quality, that could be damn near brand new. And repackaging them beautifully to give to the girls and saying, hey, we know these aren't new, but these are beautiful pieces, just like the ones, that we have in the, it's something you will buy in a consignment store. And I wanted to show you that it doesn't matter whether it's new or old. It can still be beautiful, and you can still wear it, and you can still kill it, and you can still be out here killing the girls because they don't know. And half of the girls that's wearing nice shit sometimes got it from their mammies anyway. Okay? It's new to you. Exactly. People who have real money don't buy designer, usually allow it. And that's why it's stupid and to me, it's not about a designer. And I want to be clear that Marlo wasn't saying about designer. She was saying about being new. And I was just saying that clothes can be new and be cheap and worth way less than used name brand clothes that Candy was going to gift the girls. And so that's why I'm saying it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. To me, the thought and the intent is what matters. And she just didn't have to take that attitude at all. And I just still don't think that that's a good thing to have a part of your charity. Oh, I don't want to give them used things. Bitch, what if I wanted to give them a used car? You don't want them to have that? What? To me, I don't even feel like that's probably like a real part of her charity. Just some shit she said. Because how many rich women have beautiful clothing that they're never going to wear again, or that they've never worn before? And there are girls who don't have anything. So you just want them to go and give that to the Goodwill, right? You want them to go and give it to somebody that can go and buy it instead of giving it for free to the girls who don't have as much? Like, tell me how that makes sense. Y'all have got to stop thinking about somebody giving you charity as something to turn your nose up at. And I'm not saying, you should want to take anything that anybody gives you. Fuck no. Absolutely not. Don't take anything. Don't do that. Do you hear me? In life, period. Don't take just any old thing from anybody. Don't. But also, don't have the mindset that because something isn't brand new, it isn't worth having. That's all. That was my whole point. And so for me, for everybody to jump off the curb because I wasn't in foster care and because my people were able to buy me new shit, my people still taught me that it didn't matter. Essentially, if it did matter, then as an adult, I would feel like, who wants to use clothes? Ew. I would feel like that, but I don't feel like that. And I feel like my life has been way more fruitful because I don't care about things like that. I wasn't buying designer bags and clothes and shit. I was saving money so I could buy house. I'm sorry. In my 20s. You're right. It ain't no nice condo bought by no white billionaire, but it's mine. And it's been mine for a long time. And I ain't never had to lay down and do nothing that made me feel less than myself to get it. But okay, we'll move on now. That was the intro. I had to get that off my chest. Sometimes this is just me wanting to talk. All my friends are at work. Okay. My friends have jobs that they can't just be on the phone. Okay. Because, some people have jobs that you can be on the phone. Not them, child. Anyway, seriously, though, thank you for the super chat. The sad thing is that Marlo isn't living in a way that she can be forthright and tell the girls how she got her money up. I do appreciate the conversation. I hope they do better at the reunion and don't just argue about it. Something tells me it won't be better. Something tells me it won't be better. Like, there's this very, very degraded way of thinking nowadays. And Marlo is on that. I don't know if the conversation will be smarter. I don't. I think essentially Candy will just have to make sure she doesn't break up cry in anger, because Marlo is going to hit below the belt and say fucked up things and not take accountability. Like, we'll see. Because she might try to pretty it over. You know, I was going through so much with my sister and it was just a lot and I was acting out. You know, she might try to nini it, use somebody else as a way to like make people feel sorry for her so that she won't have to be accountable for her behavior. All Marlo needed to do was add the archive tag to them damn clothes and keep it pushing. Marlo insecurities about clothes showed up. It's very shallow. She needs therapy. To me, it's very not the person that called me dumb. I called them vapid. Since I'm dumb, do you even know what that means? But she couldn't pay for Sheree stuff. Ooh, my mom had the same Gucci purse for years, and she would just get clean. She gave them to me and my friends. Ooh. I mean, that's how my mom was. My mom had a lot of nice Louis Vuitton bags and shit like that. I mean, you know, but stuff got ruined, obviously. So we didn't, you know, so after that, all my mom's shit was her shit because we had to get all new shit versus having a lifetime of things to give to your kids, like the fox fur that I thought I was going to get. Anyway, my mama had to stress that to me growing up. She didn't want me to get stuck on materialism because it'll get you fucked up as an adult. Because as an adult, you realize that it takes a lot more to make the money that it needs to make to afford a $1,200, a $2,100 bag. Like, especially in this day and age, why would you want your kids to think that that type of shit matters when they can't afford it? It doesn't matter if you can't afford it. To me, you could want it. Like, I aspire. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I have always wanted Louis Vuitton luggage. I have always wanted Louis Vuitton luggage. Not the bags, the fucking luggage. Always wanted hard top Louis Vuitton luggage. No lie. And maybe one day I'll be able to get it. But at the end of the day, I am not going to not pay my mortgage so I can get it. Do you see what I'm saying here? But you know, whatever. I just kind of feel like people can have everything when it comes to money and financials and have no peace. Some things aren't as important as people pretend that they are. That's all I'm saying. But you know, whatever. And it's not that I don't like those things. I just feel like they matter the most when you can get a deal on them or when you can afford to buy them for yourself. To me. You buy that stuff when you're comfortable financially, so buy it. You know what I'm saying? And then it feels like a real flex. To me, it's a real flex when you can afford to buy it versus wearing it just to have the image of being able to have it, you know? My mother has an amazing Louis V collection that she started in the 80s. Look at his new. She also has vintage coat back. Girl, you know that's going pretty pinty, okay? That shit really, like, you know, it accrues over time. I wasn't raised on brand names, but at my grown age, I value what it takes to purchase things. I don't place value in high price items. I think about how much else could be bought for that same price. Okay? Which is why I haven't bought Lululemon tights, but I will go up for them She Inside glow tights. Them things feel so good. And I saw people in the comments saying that they like them better than their Lululemons. And I was like, so why the fuck am I spending $100 over some fucking tights so I can prove that I'm living my life like a, you know, upper middle class white lady, working out and going to the grocery store in my Jeep during the day? That's what I do though. Okay, listen, it don't even matter. You're right. I'm not walking around in the most expensive shit. I don't always have, you know, as much as I wish I had, girl. But I swear, like the little shit I can do that I can afford to do, I enjoy. I enjoy my little shit, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. I like my little house. I like my little car. I like my big nigga. All that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you place value on the wrong things and you still end up not being happy. Versus working on the things that do matter and watch all of the other shit come. Girl, I love me some She Inside. They just problematic. Every time you turn around, somebody, like, did y'all see the tags that some people said they had tags that said help me on it? And I was like, how we gonna help? What we gonna do? Who y'all want us to call on She Inside? Y'all want to stop buying? Like, what's going on? Oh, didn't Lulu have that documentary on cheap products? I think that was a different, that's different. I don't know, that's not Lululemon. That was something else. Something Lulu something, but that wasn't Lululemon, I don't think. Them Lulu tights look like they stink no matter the print to me. They stink? How they look like they stink? And don't forget to take the puppy with you when you go shopping. It's part of rich white lady image. It is. And I listen, as soon as he gets all his shots, I will. I absolutely had him in fucking Target with me though. I absolutely had my little Frenchie in the Target with me. Sure did. Okay, listen. It was looking at everybody like, okay, listen. It's also how you wear things. And that's what I learned. It's about how you wear things, you know? Oh, I spend money on healthy juices and great skincare. I like that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Do she inside clothes look cheap in person? Do I look cheap in person? Cause bitch, most of the shit I be wearing be she inside these days. It depends on what you get, but they do have like their motif line, their skyline, the glow active wear shit is, I don't even know how you can call that cheap. That's some of the best feeling shit I've ever had in my life on my skin. Okay. Oh, thank you. All right, y'all. We've been on here talking for long enough and haven't even gotten into the show. But that's okay because it's only really one show. So if I wanted to just kick it, you know what I'm saying, and wax it poetical with you, I can. Anyway, Drunk Elephant has been getting my y'all don't spark my interest. Cause my dermatologist tells me not to overdo it. Okay. Oh my God. I get all the compliments, but some items I'm like, nah. Yeah, nah, it's definitely hit or miss. But they do have some good quality shit. You just gotta know how to go through it and you gotta read them reviews. Okay. And it's sometimes it's hit or miss. Like I bought some cute shit that I thought was cute, but the fabric was all itchy and shit. Hated it. Okay, now I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Y'all, I've never worn it, but I don't like the fabric. So I'm supposed to just throw it away. That sounds better. Just throw it away. I'm gonna just throw it away. All the clothes that I have, I'm just throwing them in the garbage can, right? I'm gonna take them somewhere, y'all. But I keep saying I'm gonna go, and then I realize I have more shit, and it's like I'm just waiting until I clean out this whole closet. But I honestly feel like I'm about to go and just dump everything out and buy all new shit. Okay, their return policy is the best. I can't tell you how many times I haven't had to return a fucking thing, and they just put the money back on your account. I'd be like, good, because I'm about to buy some right now. Okay, listen. Designer glasses are made in the same factory by the same underpaid workers. Then they charge people ridiculous prices they'll pay just because of the name brand. Like my sister told me, it's all bullshit. I have not reviewed P Valley yet. I literally spend my money on Kiara workout clothes and anything dedicated to all around hell. Me too. That's like my main thing now. Yeah. In my house. Take it to Plato's Closet. Girl, I don't know if my stuff expensive enough for Plato's Closet. Shein knows you will spend that refund and more. I know what kind of addictive bullshit is we going. Y'all, let me get to this shit. Sitting up talking about she inside and how addictive this shit actually can be. I can't stop buying shit. Because every time I get shit that I like, I'll go back and buy more stuff. It's terrible. And then they cheap. Y'all, they say that, you know, the girl shouldn't want used clothes. So I don't know. Nobody should want used clothes except for Marlo. Anyway, let's get into Love and Marriage DC because the episode was really good. So the episode starts off, y'all. First of all, before we even get into it, because I feel like I need for y'all to just go ahead and tell everybody else that it's 600 of y'all in. Okay. Did you like the video? Okay. All right. Let's go. Quick. I listen, I want Quick to make sense. I want Quick to make more sense, y'all. I feel like Quick don't make sense. So Quick went to the doctor with Ashley, and basically, his wrist is messed up. He has some issues from all of the spinning all the years, and it's hurting him. And he can have gout or arthritis. And gout is usually caused by alcohol. Ashley was like, well, that's probably what it is. Okay. And the doctor says that he should wear a brace for 4 to 6 weeks, or he could lose the functionality of his wrist. And Ashley feels like she needs his wrist to work because she needs him to be able to grab up on all that ass that she got. And I was like, girl, you ain't never said true words. You ain't never said true words. A man can do a lot of things, but ain't nothing like when niggas be grabbing you all up and everything. Grab me up. You know what I'm saying? I want to be grabbed up. All right? You know what I'm saying? I don't want all this ass and you ain't getting 2 healthy handfuls of it. And there is something attractive about a man with strong hands. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So like a part of like having those strong hands is being able to grab up some ass. So yeah, I'm gonna need for you to wear the brace for 4 to 6 weeks and stop with this bullshit. Like, I don't even understand why this is a hard thing for you to do. Put on the brace. Like, he look, well, can I take it off sometimes? For what? What are you taking it off for? Like, I don't even understand what's going on here, Quick. Wear the fucking brace for the 4 to 6 weeks so you don't lose the functionality of your wrist. I don't understand. Y'all can't stand people that act like simple things are so difficult. Long game. This is, you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all why this aggravated me. Because I didn't spend a long time watching All American and shit. And niggas will be out here like, you need to sit down for a month or you gonna lose your whole leg. And niggas like, I can't sit down for a month. I gotta play. And then they get out there and they play and then they lose it for the rest of their fucking life. And now they mad at themselves. And it's like, so you really couldn't just sit down for the 1 month, huh? It was that bad, huh? And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just stupid. It's stupid. I be looking at Quick like, really? Quick works on my nerves. I'm going to just go ahead and say it. I watched Quick on Carlo's show, and I was just kind of like, I feel like you got to be a special type of bitch. I feel like you got to be a special type of bitch to deal with that type of shit all the time, bro. That nigga couldn't keep still. Like, that nigga was out there. I was like, where is he going? He real hyped up with the crowd and shit. They feeling it. I'm like, whoa, Quick. Ashley stayed in one spot the whole time. Okay, she looked really good. I wish that Tiffany would get a stylist. Tiffany, please don't go on Carlos King's show again without a stylist. I think that dress looked cute when I thought you was just going to something in Huntsville with it on. Because you're pretty and you have a beautiful shape. But I feel like, rely too heavily on the fact that your hair is more like your mom's than your dad's. So you don't really be doing shit with your hair. And I feel like I need Tiffany to do some updo styles and do some solid color clothing. Because you don't have a style yet, you need to buy clothes that aren't prints. People who have style can wear prints. People who have not figured out their style yet need to stick to like solid color clothing because it makes it easier for you to see what looks good if you're not looking at patterns, okay? And please, by all means, if the curl is not going to hold Tiffany, put it up. Put it in a ponytail, slick it, make it neat or something, okay? Because your texture of hair does when I try to straighten it, it cotton candies, right? Eventually, because it's so soft, so eventually it'll just start to like, the curl will fall because you don't have that thick, ethnic hair that holds curl really well. You know what I'm saying? This is why I tell the girls with the coarse hair, don't be feeling bad about your hair because your hair is moldable, meaning your hair will hold style. On the other hand, when you have hair that is more Caucasian, it's more oily, it'll fall. The style will fall. It will not hold. So she does these curls and they never stay because of the texture of her hair. So that's why if you're not going to get something that actually works with the how your hair is, like when her hair is straight curly, I think that's good. But I also think that you're on television now, and I don't want her to wear wigs, but I want her to create a neater style with her hair, because she gives, a little country disheveled. And I think it makes it easier for people to make fun of her. And I don't like that they do that. So I want Tiffany, because Tiffany is beautiful and has a wonderful shape. She just needs somebody to help her as it pertains to her clothes and her hair. Yeah, no, she's dressing and doing her own hair. She's doing it all herself. And I want her to stop. You're on TV now, Tiff. This is your second season, love. You're supposed to be doing better. Okay? What you wear in real life is not the same as what looks good on television. Prints and hair that is not done, and makeup that, you know what I'm saying? Even though I feel like, her makeup was fine because she doesn't need a lot. Like, I don't think makeup is a big deal. A lot of the times, women don't need a lot. Hair, clothes, main thing, especially on television. So yeah, because like I said, beautiful shaped body, just needs to, even the shape of the dress was nice, but it was the print and it was her hair not looking all the way done that made it seem like she just came here after a little event at the church. And this is, standing next to Ashley that looks fucking impeccable from head to toe. Curls is soft and beautiful. Dress is beautiful. Body on 100. Little fun size nigga is dressed all astute and nice and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, standing next to them and Carlos, she looked less polished. And I just don't want that for her. Okay, I don't want that. And it doesn't even have to be about the money, y'all. It doesn't even have to be about the money. That's why I said stay away from prints and figure something a little bit more neat to do with your hair. Period. She can do those things, then it'll eventually come. The money, eventually, because she's in tech. I'm sure she has bank. But she needs to just clean her style up a little bit more until then. Okay? And you can get shit that I'm talking about at motherfucking H&M and Zara. Okay? And get your ass on YouTube and figure out how to make your hair look neater. Okay? And you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean, right? There have been scenes when they've been inside. Like, I remember one scene where she was talking to Lewis and she had her hair, curled like that, but it was still, intact. And she had on a black t-shirt. And I was like, she looks better right here than she does when she wears the dresses and all of that shit. When she tries to dress up. Versus, how she looks when she just has on jeans and a t-shirt because she looks young. That's another thing. She be dressing too old. Like, I don't know what that's about, but she dresses too old for her age. She was going to eat after church or to burn. Yes, that's what it was giving. It didn't give late night talk show. You always like the pastor's wife. Yes, elevated basic will look good on her. Yes. If my hair is straightened, it will not hold curl. I hate that. It sucks. It sucks. But that's how a lot of women's hair is. Now she can hire a stylist like Tisha did. I ain't wrong with that shit. I'm sorry. I felt there was a joke in there. I'm sorry. Which is why we don't believe her age. But she's not old. But either way, Carlos, that whole little show was messy as fuck. We're going to get into it because I have notes for it. But let's move on. Arena goes to have drinks with her daughter, Brittany, and they talk about Jamie going off on her outside the club and how after he finished, and see, this is the thing. Last week when they talked about it, they made it seem as if Jamie, really didn't disrespect her and he really didn't do the most. But I feel like he did. I feel like I can see it. Whatever he's holding, because this is what it looks like to me. Like, I'm holding so tight. Like, ugh. That's what Jamie looks like to me. Okay? So you telling me, you know what I'm saying, that he got drunk and he was screaming and hollering at you and losing his shit. That sounds right. It doesn't sound like Arena did something and it was just confusion and then she's overreacting. No. He did what she said, because Brittany is saying after he finished going off on her, he goes inside to go off on, to go off about her to Brittany, her daughter, who was there. We didn't know she was there. And Brittany was like, so what, you want me to go and discipline my mother? Like, what you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? So you know that his emotions were heightened because he took it to their daughter to complain about her mother. Like, the fuck is that about? They discussed Jamie telling them what to do and bullying them. So this conversation is going to be added on to the salt room conversation later on about the way Jamie comes off. And I feel like Arena is showing us the way she's really being treated. And that's the funny thing about women and men. They don't realize that as much as they're trying to cover, you start to take on as a part of your personality, your abuse and your trauma. However it plays out, right? Arena being this businesswoman, we have not seen that, but that's what they say. Okay. And I'm not saying it's not true, but what I'm saying is we know Monique is a businesswoman. We know Ashley is a writer. We waiting on her to start writing again, but we know she a writer. Okay. We know that Winter is into some church shit. Okay. So a lot of the women are leading with what they do for a living, or what they do as their own profession. That's a part of the conversation. With Arena, that part is missing. Where's that? We know about the real estate, but that's something that y'all do. That's not something that you do. So where's the you? You see what I'm saying? Also, she always seems like she wants to cry. It's very much giving Tisha, but I figured out how to make it look perfect even though I want to cry all the time. You know what I'm saying? And also there's more sexual chemistry. Regardless to what Jamie and Arena are talking about, they still have sexual chemistry. Like, he still looks like he wants to fuck her, and she still looks like she's trying to get fucked. Like, versus when we would see Tisha and Marceau together, and Tisha is trying to be sexy to him, and he's not even paying attention to her or responding. But now they're taking trips, and she's bouncing her, BBL booty on his face, and he's loving it. But when it was just the two of them in the room, he couldn't even look at her. Okay. So it very much, I'm paying attention to the way Arena's energy looks, and she just looks very muted. She looks very, I'm always bringing it down here. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it just kind of, to me, it'll feel like a knot in the throat when I see women like that. It'll feel like they're being choked emotionally in some capacity because they feel hurt, or they feel like something doesn't feel good that they're experiencing with their partner. But whenever they express themselves, they get turned into the bad guy. Like, you're bringing up an argument, you're disrupting the happiness. You're not making it all look good. And Arena already has that issue. I mean, y'all know Tisha had a BBL. Arena is more of a housewife taking care of her son, but maybe Jamie doesn't want her to be too independent. I mean, that's obvious. That's very obvious. Jamie definitely gives me controlling. He gives me functioning alcoholic. He gives me aggressive. I do think that he loves his family. I do think that he wants the best for them, but I think he's ego driven. I think he's prideful. And I think that he is okay with hurting his family as long as he feels justified in doing so. Because when they're in pain, it doesn't touch him. He is not affected, no matter what anybody says. He's had several conversations with Jason. He's still not hearing Jason. The last conversation that they had, Jason gets into the school and all of that, and he's still telling him, I'm trying to control you because I want the best for you. Not, I'm going to let you decide what you want to do. Not, I'm going to let go and just let you figure out what you're, he's not telling him, I'm going to let you choose whatever you want to do, which is what everybody wanted him to say. He's saying, I do this because I love you. And that's not fixing the problem. We already know that that's how you're rationalizing it. But when you start to realize that your fears are affecting how you parent, you have to curtail that, because what you want is not important at some point for your children as far as what their professions should be. That's not up to you. It shouldn't be. I'm sorry, but it shouldn't be. So you gotta like unwrap yourself from that type of control And I don't think he knows how to do it. I get it, but he doesn't. It's like you're talking to him, and he's as smart as he is, he's gonna find a way to defend against it instead of letting it sink in and really understanding how his behavior is negatively affecting the people around him. You say you love these people, you need to hear them and do something different when your actions hurt them. Don't just think you have a right to do it because you provide for them, which is what you do. You almost feel like you have a right to abuse them. And I'm saying it because I don't want to seem like it's physical. Y'all know it's not physical abuse that we're talking about. We're talking about emotional abuse. When you are pushing your will on other adult people, when you are shutting your wife down and making her feel like her opinion and her feelings don't matter. Like when you told her that she wasn't being disrespected by you. I don't think that's up for you to decide. When you were screaming at her in front of people. How can you feel like that's not disrespectful when she felt embarrassed? It is disrespectful. You weren't telling her a truth. You weren't being careful with her. You were yelling at her in front of people, and you gonna tell her that it wasn't disrespect. He's not learning. They're constantly having conversations and he is not clicking. And I have to ask, where is your love coming from? Is your love coming from ownership? Because if that's the case, you need to unwrap that. Let's see. Jason doesn't appear to have cognitive issues. He's blind. Jamie is ridiculous. Codependence is a handicap. Yeah, no, it absolutely feels like they handicapped him. More so than he should have been, if you ask me. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. It almost felt like Jamie probably didn't want to deal with his blindness because he was ashamed. And so the longer they took not dealing with it, the less ready he was to take care of himself once he goes out into the world. And now that y'all are grown and all of the kids are supposed to be grown, and Arena is still having to, take care of Jason in a way that she should not still have to take care of an adult child, blind or not. Now y'all want to do the things that y'all should have been doing from the beginning, but you were trying to what? Protect the image or not really have to deal with it? I don't know. But I feel like in some respect, they absolutely did him a disservice. But I feel like a lot of Black people handle their children's disabilities in that way. And we need to get out of that. So I do feel like it's an important conversation to have. Stop putting your children at a disadvantage because you're scared of how the world is going to harm them because they have a disadvantage. Give them everything they can possibly have to deal with that disadvantage versus being, prideful about it, being ashamed versus feeling scared that somebody's going to do something to them. You know what I'm saying? Moving on, y'all. Quick and Ashley invite Monique and Chris over for a takeout. And this scene really annoyed me because as much as Quick and Ashley, well, really Quick, is constantly talking about making money for the family. Okay? As much as he's always talking about, all the money they make and how good they do and how his card ain't declining and all of that shit he was saying on Carlos King's show. Why did y'all have to constantly mention that y'all weren't as ritzy titsy as Chris and Monique? Yeah, we don't have the chef and we're ordering takeout and, we barely have plates and here go a red cup and we don't have any servants. So y'all got to take y'all food and sit at the table. And I just kind of was like, so, okay. Like it was that whole little first intro to that scene. They were just kind of going back and forth with comparing themselves to Chris and Monique. And I was just kind of like, why is this happening? why are we like bucked up about not being as ritzy titsy as the other rich couple? What? Aren't y'all just talking about like that was just weird to me, and it made me feel like what it Ooh. But I okay, listen. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna wait, but it's giving. I would be careful of them. I would be careful of them. That's what it's giving. Moving on. Monique. Okay, so the editing. Okay. So I know Monique talks a lot. I know she does. That's what she does. Okay. The girl can run it. All right. But they were editing the conversation together in a way to act as if the conversation was going on and on and on. But if you were listening, the edits were matching, meaning that in some of those moments, they were literally cutting, just cutting and then and putting the transition, the moving transition that they, so it wasn't like the conversation really was going, it probably went on for much longer than we saw, but the way they were cutting it, I was just like, well, those two pieces went together. Like it literally sounded like that was the next thing she was about to say, and y'all making it seem like all this time went on in between. But obviously Monique wanted to come and clear things up because it seemed as if she was being messy. I actually texted her when I watched this shit and I told her, I said, please stop blaming yourself. You did not misunderstand a motherfucking thing. Winter explained that shit to you as if she said that to Ashley, okay? A lot of y'all are acting like, she was being messy. Girl, bye. She explained all of that shit the way you said it. And if you did not, I was venting to a friend, you are on a reality show. Anything you say when the cameras are around is fair game. Please stop acting like that conversation was in confidence. The way you told that story, Winter, you told the story as if you had said those things to Ashley about fun size, okay? But you didn't. You said it in your mind. And so you need to actually say shit like that. Now, I ain't say this to a girl, but I was thinking, girl, how you gonna talk about, you have to say those types of things when you know conversations can be relayed. And as an adult, you always need to be prepared for conversations to be relayed. Okay? Like I learned that in middle school. You need to know that whatever you say to anybody can be repeated to that person. So be prepared for those words to have to be brought up again at some point, especially on a reality show. I feel like everybody's blaming Monique for this shit, but essentially, Ashley already didn't like Winter. You were talking shit about Winter on episode 1. Like y'all got history or some shit. Winter, you shaded the fuck out of that girl and her husband. Yeah, you didn't bring up any of the rumors, but you insinuated that nigga out here cheating. That's what the insinuation was. And you put hella emphasis on the insinuation. So please stop acting like you weren't trying to make it seem like he was a cheater. I wasn't trying to. Stop. Everybody fucking stop. And another thing, quick, your wife got upset and ignorant at her event. Winter sat there and had the conversation. Another thing, Winter, you should have known that when you got there, y'all were going to have this conversation. I want everybody to stop acting like they ain't never seen no reality show before. Y'all know what the fuck goes down, okay? If y'all done been arguing about something, you know every time all of y'all get together, that conversation might come up. Quick, Ashley acted out of character to me. To me, Winter is very good at having back and forth without getting loud and without getting aggressive and physical, right? Meaning she's not getting up. She's not doing all of this. It's not about to be a fight. I'm just saying what I'm saying, and that's what I said. I might lie. I might put blame on someone else, but ultimately I said what I said. I like that about Winter. I like the fact that Winter was able to argue without getting all up and crazy and shit like that. And essentially, Ashley, you did that to yourself. You didn't have to handle that conversation like that. And then Arena sitting up there talking about she from Baltimore. Well, I guess Baltimore should not fuck up their own events. Like, the fuck? She was the one that got all loud and pressed and everything. And y'all was talking about that shit when Winter came into the room. So don't act like Winter brought anything. Winter didn't bring anything. Y'all were already talking about it when she walked in. And if you didn't want to have that conversation at your event, that conversation could have ended there. But what you wanted to be good for reality TV, Ashley. That's what you were doing. So quick, miss me. Okay? Because I see you. Just extra as fuck for no reason. Okay? Ashley and Quick swear up and down they don't care about any rumors. I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you don't. I'm sure y'all don't care about rumors. Quick says they played his wife at her event and that's why they're angry. Monique says she thought she was smoothing things over. Ashley says Winter should have just said she still felt away. I'm like, Ashley, you still feel away? You're going to act like you don't care, but you do because you're bothered. I'm just saying, like, y'all do a lot of shading the shit out of somebody and then acting like you don't care. Well, stop shading them then if you don't care. Like, you're consistently shading the shit out of Winter and then saying you don't care. It's weird. Monique wants them to meet with her intuitive healer. Y'all, that intuitive healer was a lick. I need her to text me back, but I sure in the fuck text her like, girl, how do I get in contact with Terry? Because Terry knew the assignment. Winter talks to her kids about Kevin and how she's going through with this divorce, and hopefully he will sign these papers quickly. And you know, the things that Ashley and them were saying about her being stupid, because that's what they were saying. Y'all were saying that she was being stupid by not doing her due diligence about Kevin, correct? So this scene with her children, her adults, it looked like either young adult, daughter and son. Y'all, this is the biggest flex ever. Winter's daughter said, no, mom, he love bombed you. Like he was doing a lot to hide his flaws, you know? And that's why I kept saying that, you know, I could kind of see how Winter got tricked because he had the job, he had the money. Okay, you was living in your mom's basement. It was the pandemic. You could have been living with your people just to make sure that they were good during that time. You know what I'm saying? Because like if people are in a house all the time, not going anywhere, you don't, you know, you want to make sure you can go out and get them what they need, whatever. You never know why people could have been moving in with their elder family members during, you know, the pandemic just to make sure that they were okay and watch over them. He could have said anything to her to, you know, explain why he was living at home in the basement. Okay. But essentially, her kids were like, he was taking you shopping. Y'all were going on trips. You know, he was doing a lot of things. He was putting on a very good act to make her feel like his life was something other than it was. And then, boom, the partners find out he's stealing money. And the life falls apart. And now she feels like she's being bamboozled. And I kept saying that at the end of the day, his fucking business partners got bamboozled. Everybody found out that Kevin was fucking stealing at the same time. His business partners as well as his wife. So I am not going to completely dog Winter out behind this Kevin situation the way I feel like Ashley and them did. Because essentially, there are men out here that do a really good job of perpetrating, especially when somebody is friends with people that you know. Let's not forget the fact that you got Kevin being friends with Chris and Monique Samuels and going way back. Why would you not think this man had money when he's friends with rich people and got his money in a similar way? Like he was a football player as well, I believe. I feel like the producers are shaping an image of Monique for the crowd to not like her, or she is either just like that, which I didn't see on Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm so conflicted on her. The jury is still out. I mean, honestly, I feel like people are just not going to like her. I do feel like I don't really think anything has happened that deep to me. Couples get into arguments. So when people, if y'all want to take the argument between Monique and her husband personal, then that's y'all business. But you know, married people argue, and I would like to hear how you and yours, and I'm not talking about you personally. I'm just saying, if that's one of the reasons, I would like to hear how you and your spouse argue, because I feel like if you and your man got into it and there were cameras in the room, people would probably try to pick you apart too and say that you were bashing or talking to your man bad too. If y'all got into an argument and were upset with one another and the shit was being filmed, first of all. Second of all, this situation with Ashley and Winter, like, girl, what? Like, that's what she was supposed to do. Like, she was supposed to bring that information back. We need this show to start doing something, okay? And like I said, being a bone carrier on the show isn't exactly the worst thing, especially when you have your own storyline going, i.e. don't be charade. Okay. But I don't feel like anything has been done thus far in these first, 5 episodes, 6 episodes to feel like you're seeing a version of Monique that's that different. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like she's more
we're seeing more of her. She's a little bit more relaxed. But I also feel like when she says she has reality show PTSD, I think she does. I think there's a nervousness. That's what I think a lot of people may be picking up on that's different. But I do feel like there's an anxiety behind a lot of the things that I'm seeing on the show. And I think it's because after Real Housewives of Potomac, she doesn't really have her footing just yet in these first 5-6 episodes. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I know that the reunion was a mess as far as I understand. So, you know, I feel like the show is getting better, but yes, I know a lot of people feel like Monique is verbally abusive to her husband because she expresses, you know, feeling away and tells him what she expects of him. Yeah, I know. Everybody hates to see when women do that to their men. I just kind of wish that women would, because I feel like it's usually more women than anybody else that feel this way. I wish y'all would allow that man to fight on his own behalf if he feels that way, versus feeling like however she interacts with her husband is something that you have something to do with. Like I just don't perceive it as abuse. So for me, I feel like whatever Monique and Chris are going through, how can you take it personal when that's just kind of the shit that happens in marriages and relationships? I loved it. That was like my favorite part. That was the way Chris picked Monique up though. That was my favorite part when he just like was like, baby. You know what I'm saying? And I also feel like she's not asking a lot out of him. And I do feel like he's capable of what she's asking of. And we saw that this episode. I think that good wives are always trying to pull the most out of their husbands. And I think a lot of people don't understand or don't perceive it that way. They see a woman, you know, oh, she must don't really love him. She must don't really like him. And she just don't want to be there. And I feel like that is so not, that's not what it is. Corrected Chris on the interpretation. Yes, what the reader told him, but I like her. I love. Okay, so here's the thing. If you know your husband tends to think on surface level, he's going to go straight to the job thing, the career thing. And I understood what y'all meant by that, because Monique's, like, the way she talks is harsh, especially when she's comfortable. She can be harsh in the way she speaks, but I don't think it's meant to be that way. It was just corrective. She was correcting him, and y'all didn't like that she corrected him. But the correction was right, because it's not about a career. If it was about a career, then you would feel fulfilled. It's not about that. It's about you having to find what drives you as a person, and finding some passion about your life isn't always going to come from football. And I think that the issue that Chris is having, and a lot of athletes have, but because Chris has been able to continue to be successful in different respects, but I think he's still having that issue. You didn't want to stop quitting football. So now you really don't have a sense of self now that you're not doing that. And you have these other things, but it doesn't fulfill you in the same way. So you can't assign it to coaching, because it's not about coaching. You need to find what drives you at this point in your life, and you haven't figured that out yet, which is why you're not, you know, as happy as you could be if you would figure that out for yourself. I feel like she sees her husband clearly, and I think she knows that he isn't as good as he pretends to be, because he doesn't have the football thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like Nick Young. Like, I think a lot of the athletes, when they lose that, they really have a hard time finding sense of self thereafter, because a lot of their sense of self came from being a football player and being disciplined in that respect. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what your everyday life was always like, you get injured, you have to stop. I think it's hard to then find purpose. And I think that's what she wants for him. She wants him to regain that sense of purpose, because, did I get it? No. God damn it. No, I didn't get it. Okay. I think that because he doesn't have that sense of purpose, I think it may cause issues in their relationship. Any woman that has been with a man at some point that didn't have that, you know how they don't exactly feel the best about themselves until they regain that, until they find that again. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just feeling like I see it in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like people are trying to make her out to be a bad person when I feel like everybody isn't going to live their lives or handle things in a way that you feel is best, but that doesn't mean that it makes them a terrible person. You see what I'm saying? So just because she doesn't talk like you want her to talk, or just because she doesn't handle her husband the way you want her to handle her husband, it doesn't mean she doesn't love him. It doesn't mean she doesn't want him. It just means they're going through a moment where you have to like reconfigure the situation. And men can be very hard to get things out of. And I think it's crazy that everybody's looking at Monique like she's asking for too much when Ashley is literally asking the same shit. The lady Terry, and we're gonna get to it, but she literally said the same thing to Ashley about Quick. You're constantly trying to pull something deeper out of him because everything is surface level. And his surface levelness comes from a past trauma that he hasn't dealt with, or traumas that he hasn't dealt with. So why do y'all think that Chris would be that different? You see what I'm saying? A lot of men have these issues. A lot of men have these issues. And I feel like when you see that it's something that a lot of people go through, you understand watching someone trying to like navigate that. And I think a lot of people don't, because they don't require more. They are very surface level in their relationships, and that's cool for them. But there are other people that are trying to go deeper than just a surface level in their relationship, you know? And I don't see anything wrong with that. And I feel like it's growing pains and it's what you go through. But ultimately, I feel like if Chris did not want to be with Monique, he would not be with Monique, because it would not be hard to find some new young thing that wants to move into his $1 million mansion and be taken care of by him. Okay. Let me see what y'all are saying before we move on. I believe they love each other and are going through a rough patch, but she's constantly telling him where he's wrong, and that comes across as nagging. She has to allow him to move at his pace, not hers. I want to understand how. Never mind. Okay. It's because they're drafted out of college, never really being able to find themselves like everyone else that went to college or experienced regular life as an adult. I agree. So crazy. I was just talking to my husband about sense of purpose. Yes. She dismissed what resonated with him from the reading. She could have offered her perspective without dismissing his. That doesn't make her bad, but doesn't change that she was dismissive. She was dismissive. If coaching is his goal and his happy place, so be it. Yeah, but isn't he already doing that? So if that was his happy place, then why isn't he happy? That's all. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. Why is it not working? Click. I told him the exact same thing. Thank you for confirming that I gave him the right advice. Love you, girl. Oh, God love you. Appreciate you, love. I mean, I appreciate you. I really do. Because y'all be making me feel like I'm crazy. And we still debating on it. Monique love her husband. Child, people say things. I feel like men deal with relationships with them being surface, even their friendships. True. I don't understand why people don't understand this. Your partner should push you while also being your safe space. Absolutely. Chris seems to be content for it now, but it seems like Monique is projecting her thoughts of what she thinks he should be doing onto him. He'll get there likely on his own time. Yes. Who's saying she doesn't love him? Child, there are a lot of people that have been saying she doesn't want to be with him. She doesn't really want him. She just got with him for his money, and now, this is what happens when you get with somebody just because they can take care of you. Now you don't really like them. They say things like that. I have noticed that people who don't like Monique also have an issue with you too. It seems that if you are A-type personality and a female, people see you as abrasive or mean to their spouse. Yeah, they do. They do. And that's why I identify with it. And I say it all the time that, that's why I can see it, because I know how people see me, yet they have no idea who I am in this house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I show you what you want to see, but you have no idea what our life has been like together. You know what I mean? And people will always put that on you, like, because you're a strong woman, your man must be weak. And that's not the truth. It's the exact opposite to me. Okay. Especially with a person like me. I can't be with no weak ass man. What am I gonna do with that? That is so true. My ex was deeply depressed when he injured his knee in college. I had went to therapy with him, and we both got serious about our plan B. That's what's up. His passion is football, period. What's wrong with that? Knowing that he needs to get a job that's around football, whether they be coaching or being a sports announcer. I don't think anybody's saying anything wrong with that. I think she was saying that he needed to just dive a little bit deeper, and it wasn't just about the career. It was also about him having a sense of self within himself. He needs to figure that out, because at the end of the day, what if he gets the job and that still isn't fulfilling? Then it may be something else. So deeper work needs to be done, instead of thinking if I get back into football, then I'll be fulfilled again. Like, that may not be it. It may be something new. He may have already coached and it still didn't help. So I think that she was just asking him to dig a little deeper than just a career. You know what I'm saying? However, I don't think that anybody is saying that he shouldn't do that. Like, that's the thing that I don't like. If we're saying one thing, we're saying she was asking for a deeper answer, not saying that he shouldn't want to play. I mean, he shouldn't want to coach. Like, where do we get that from? No, where do we get that something was wrong with his passion being football? Where did you get that from? Because I don't think I said that. Let's see. I thought y'all worked to retire. We're not talking about working, though. We're not talking about working. We're talking about a sense of passion. You don't retire from work and then just your life is done. So you're going to retire, and then you're still going to feel the need to do something that makes you excited, that is you can have passion behind. Just because you stop working, like, usually retiring meant retiring from something that you don't want to do anymore, or something that you can't do anymore. It doesn't mean your life is over and that your calling or your whatever your passion is ends, or having the need for a passion does not end because you retire. And once again, he did not want to retire. He got injured. You know what I'm saying? I said travel and live. I mean, okay. I thought y'all worked to retire. Now this black man living life, he's being pressured. Crazy. I wish I can chill and travel. I read that. So I said travel and live. That I don't understand. I'm confused. Anyway, whatever. But they do seem to travel. They do seem to live. They just came back from Africa. So I don't think we're discounting that. Like, I don't even know what to say, because I feel like people just are confusing. I've been married for 16 years, been together since 1999, so I can have an opinion on what I'm watching, and it's just different from yours. I don't know what. I don't know when I told you couldn't have an opinion. I don't know when I said that. I've been married for 23 years. Oh, y'all are talking to each other. Okay. I'm about to say, I did not say that y'all couldn't have opinions. I don't know what we're talking about. I've been married for 23 years, and there's going to be rough patches you work through. Y'all, I don't know, because everybody talking about how long they've been married. And through it and move on. It's never going to be perfect, and I appreciate them showing us the real them. Me too. She wants to know, is coaching going to make you happy? Because if it doesn't, why do it? Monique wants Chris to have a sense of purpose outside of her and the kids. If he only focused on them, then what is his life about? And with men, I feel like it's harder for them to fully be happy when they don't have like that thing. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like he just needs that thing, and he just has to find out what that is. And I think that's why she wanted him to do like that little work worksheet or whatever, because it's supposed to help him figure that out for himself. But I think because he lives a nice life, it's like, well, why? Well, because now life is requiring more of you at this point. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's go ahead and move on, because child, we'll spend forever talking about that. Monique invited Winston and Ashley to talk about the situation without their knowledge, and I was just, girl, like, why would you do that? Why would you invite them without telling them that the other person was going to be there? Okay. I mean, essentially it didn't matter, but they sit down to talk. Winter says it's Monique's fault because she wasn't trying to bust out quick. And that's what I didn't agree with. I was like, Winter, it was not Monique's fault. You said all of that shit and you need to stand on it. Winter was venting, and Monique wanted to defend Winter and set things straight. So they don't feel like Monique was necessarily being like malicious trying to start beef, but that she thought she can fix something. And this comes from her constantly needing to micromanage and fix. You know what I'm saying? That definitely comes from there. But I also think on this reality show, that's essentially what you're supposed to do. Y'all get into arguments. We bring y'all together. We try to get y'all to make up. Either y'all make up or y'all argue again. Either way, another good scene for the show. Okay? Ashley says she didn't have ill feelings towards Winter until now. And I feel like that's a lie. I feel like that's a lie. Okay, Ashley says she didn't have ill feelings towards Winter until now. And Winter says she wasn't trying to go at Quick. I think you were. Just like Quick said during their dinner, it's a tit for tat. Yeah, I think it was. You know what I'm saying? Winter says that she wouldn't call I'm sorry. Winter apologizes. Ashley doesn't believe her apology, which makes me feel like Ashley just wants to have a problem. Winter says that she wouldn't call a black woman out of her name, and Ashley is like, "You talk about my man. I don't care what color you are, bitch, 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 bitch." I agree. I'm not rooting for everybody black if you come at mine. Monique says she needs to work on her storytelling, and I think she does, because you should have said, "I didn't say this to them," to clarify if you didn't want that to make it back. Winter says maybe so. Ashley and Winter say they don't know each other, so they have no feelings. And Ashley is consistently saying she doesn't care, but constantly shading the fuck out of out of Winter. It's just very, very weird, y'all. Anyway, so Monique takes the folks to Terry, the intuitive healer. And they go to the salt cave, and Terry starts reading folks down. And you know, of course, the men, well, really, because Chris has already been to Terry, so he knows how Terry is. You know, he's experienced it before. So Jamie and Quick, of course, were going to be the people who were like not going to believe it. So she read Jamie's ass down first and said that she sees him being like a bull, like a bully, somebody leading with their chest all the time. And it's because he's insecure. And if at times, instead of him acting out in intimidation when he's insecure, if he would just not say anything. And that's how I feel about Tisha. I was so glad Terry said that shit, because that's how I feel about Tisha. I feel like you're insecure, and it would be best for you not to say anything instead of like, you know, saying shit that make you sound crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't say anything. That's how I feel. Like, a lot of times I think Tisha makes things worse when she could just be quiet. You know what I'm saying? And not say anything and not allow people to know how she really feels. But she always got to get up there and say some shit that make her sound crazy. And we'll get into that. Let's see. Terry asked Quick about these 3 9s that she's seeing. And he was like, damn, she got me with that one, because he was 9 in the 3rd grade when he found out that his mom was dying of cancer. His dad died in 1999. And they also talked about how he works himself to death to escape real life. And I said that at the beginning, that I felt like how much he works is so he doesn't have to do the home shit. And I think a lot of people are like that. A lot of men specifically are like that. Y'all really just want to provide and protect, which really means provide, because y'all don't often have to protect. Y'all don't. Like, normal people, especially if you're not living in no, you know, dangerous situation, you normally don't have to take out a gun or fight on behalf of your family. Like, that's not a normal occurrence. So normally all you have to do is provide. And that's the easy part, because you provide by doing something that you love and that takes you out of the house. So you're not really making any great sacrifice by working more. It's a way for you to get out of the house so that you don't have to handle the hard shit, which is the shit you task your wife with doing. The shit that requires patience, the shit that is not about making you feel better about yourself. Okay? Your kids are not going to be there to, you know, make you feel better about yourself all the time. So I absolutely feel like, you know, men will assign their work to them doing something for their family, when really, no, that's what you're doing for you, and your family is taken care of by proxy. Okay, or, you know, by product of, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so Quick says that people told his dad that he wasn't a good dad because he pushed Quick to be a DJ instead of getting a regular job. And they thought that he was setting his son up for failure. And he is really sad that his dad is not here to see him as successful as he is in this dream that they had for him. And y'all, if anybody could feel this, it was me. If anybody could feel this, it was me. Quick, when I tell you, I absolutely understand that feeling. I absolutely understand that feeling. But when Chris said, I think he sees you, Quick, I was like, for Chris to be the person to speak up and tell him exactly what I was screaming to the TV, which is that your dad does see, Quick. He's with you. He sees. You don't have the moments where you turn into him, the moments where you look just like him, the moments where you say things like him, the moments where you shift your body in a way and all of a sudden it looks like him. I know you have moments like that because I'm a woman and I have moments like that about my father. So I know, like Chris said, that your father sees because he's with you all the time. And as soon as you really accept that and really accept, like, that's why I hate that y'all don't like to go deeper. Because if y'all will go deeper sometimes, y'all will realize that a lot of the pain you hold on to, you can really let go of and you can live a better life. If only you will go a little bit deeper sometimes. Deep enough to realize that death is not the end of life. And that if your father was connected to you in life, then he is connected to you in death. And you have access to him in death, just in a different manner than you did in life. It's not physical, but it's spiritual and it's emotional. And if you would tap into that, then you can maybe let go of the resentment and the pain and the anger that he's not here to see the fruits of your labor and his. But when Chris said that, that made me feel like, see, everybody that feel like Chris just not that deep, didn't seem that way to me. Didn't seem that way to me. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna just go ahead and let y'all in because I know a lot of y'all in these comments, you know, y'all talking y'all heads off to me and I'm not reading it. You know, some of y'all. But like, y'all, I feel like people would have said the same thing about Lyric not being that deep, right? People would have said the same thing. Lyric at 35, almost 36 years old, says shit, and I just kind of be in awe sometimes. Like, damn, nigga, look at you. I'd be even surprised sometimes at how he's always, like, first of all, that's the reason why I love him. And the reason why I wanted to be with him is because I always felt like he was emotionally intelligent in a way that a lot of men his age and from his upbringing are not. Just not emotionally intelligent people all the time. And Lyric absolutely has always been good heart in a real way. So in our relationship, y'all know I talk and we talk. And I want to hear how he thinks and what he feels. You know what I'm saying? And over the years, I have absolutely worn off on him in certain ways. And he'll say things sometimes and I'll be like, damn, you peeped that? He was like, I peeped that. And I was which requires deeper thought and understanding at some point. And he was absolutely capable of it. Just wasn't something he needed to do or thought to do in his 20s. You know what I'm saying? Or even at certain parts of his life. But now at this age, like sometimes we have conversations and I'm literally like, damn, nigga, look at you. You is grown. Look at you. Just, you know, the way he'll see things now. Like, baby, you saw that? That shit was fucked up. Like, damn, babe, you're right. That was fucked up. Like, I just be, you know, and I love that. I love that. I love to see him growing as a man over the years. Like, we've been together since Lyric was 22. You know what I'm saying? Like 23 years old. So watch him now, like, and then knowing, you know, to see what he's going to be like in his 40s and shit. Like, I love the fact that I get to watch him continue to grow and continue to be a better version of himself, just like I aspire to do the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a very deep, fruitful connection to have to somebody, that you both grow in the relationship together and individually. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't control that man. I don't tell that man what to do. I don't clock that man. Like, y'all, everybody don't know what y'all think. But Lyric is can just lives. Okay, Lyric lives. Like, I'm not a micromanager. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of feel like as I've gotten older, I have done what needed to be done as far as myself. And I feel like by product, my husband already being emotionally intelligent and intuitive on a level himself has just grown from us being together. So for me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you could come back after I'm done talking about Love and Marriage DC. You should do that. Thank you, DeQuasia, for the super chat. It's funny you said that because when I'm alone, I go deep within my thoughts. But when I'm in public, I'm very like surface level to protect myself, which I understand. I understand that for sure. And I think it requires an overall, thank you for the super chat. I think it requires a depth, you know what I'm saying, in order to understand that you need to be different in different spaces because you have to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't give off micromanager because I'm not. Like, I don't. I'm not, and I don't. Okay. But yes, I think Terry was very much hitting the head on the nail with a lot of the people. Since people, got an issue with how long I'm taking on this review, I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to take my time. Terry says Ashley wants Quick to be deeper too, and she's trying to pull it out of him, and she doesn't like that he gives her the Quicksilver show. And I'm like, damn, so you even feel like you're getting a performative version of him. And it makes me think about how in their relationship, how they validate each other doing like kind of immature type shit to me. Sometimes the energy feels like they don't exactly bring out the best in each other. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. So I feel like in essence, Ashley may be more like Monique than people are understanding. I just think that she's not showing it on the show. She's doing that I'm gonna protect my man's image at all costs thing. And y'all like that better. So, that's good that she does that because the public receives that better. Y'all are more comfortable with that. So yeah. He thinks, okay, yeah. And then Terry tells Chris not to live through Monique. And he thinks that it's a career thing. And we've already talked about this. Arena is covering things up and she's hurt a lot. Y'all, Arena started crying and Quick just turned and looked at her and was like, hey, stop. Like, hey, bitch, stop crying. It's like, wow. Okay. That was just fucked up to me. And I love the fact that Terry said, hey, babe, you know what this looks like? It looks like a kid, and you see her crying and you're like, hey, stop that. But look at her. I've said something that's touched something inside of her. You need to like respond to her pain instead of trying to shut her down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely feel like when somebody is not allowing you to feel your feelings or express yourself in a relationship, it feels like emotional abuse. And I understand that people don't like to call it that. And I feel like even Arena and Jamie are on social media doing this thing where they're pretending like everybody's tripping. They're doing the Marceau and Tisha thing, where they're going to act like everybody is tripping. They're going to act like everybody is tripping, right? And essentially, we're going to watch Arena be, emotionally abused, and we're going to want to fight on her behalf. And then her and her husband are going to get online and tell us to mind our business. And so with that being said, Arena feeling the need to be perfect and cover up imperfections and allow for her husband to shut her down, but still put up this wall of we are good and don't worry about us, then I won't. But I'll just say that it seems as if you're being emotionally abused, and when I see you on screen, it feels like I have a a knot in my throat sometimes, or like I can't like my voice is being restricted in some respect. I can't even really explain it, but it's how I feel when I look at her. It's how I feel like when I look at Tisha. It's how I look when I, how I feel when I look at her, Tisha, and Kimmy. Kimmy more recently, especially in her confessionals, feels like she's always swallowing something, and it's just, oh my God, it's sometimes really hard, really, really hard to watch. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of feel like Arena is gonna just keep dealing. She's just gonna keep dealing with it. And I don't know if Jamie is ever gonna really change. So I don't know how much I'm going to allow myself to get in. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I'm like gonna allow myself to get too emotionally involved with this situation, because it just feels like a cycle that they're going to go on. Just feels like a cycle they're about to go on, y'all. And we're just gonna watch the cycle, and then they're gonna make us out to be like we fucked up like Marceau and Tisha do. They're gonna act like it's us. You know what I'm saying? I think but see, that's the thing. I think because love and marriage can trigger people, I think it's real. I think it really does depict the relationships that we have in real life, and how people just kind of go through life dealing with bullshit and never want to actively do anything about it. Somehow I got unsubscribed, I got many videos, so I've been missing. Oh, yeah, they're always unsubscribing people to me. I just don't understand why he came on this show. He wants to portray an image. You know why? Because he wanted the money. See, they always think that they can hide something while simultaneously making the bag. And I think what they don't understand is that reality TV only works when people are being authentic. Like, for real. Like, you can try. There are people that try to hide how, they really are, but essentially we figure it out anyway, because the cameras catch shit even when you're not in control. You're not in control all the time, and you're just not. I don't know why he came. I don't know. Hey, D. I'm surprised Jamie let the lady call him a bully without shutting her down. I honestly think that she hit him so hard at the beginning that he knew not to respond. Also, she's a white lady. Let's not forget how niggas know how to act around white people in comparison to how they'll act with a woman that's black. Now Arena seems to lack depth to me, but it also seems like she doesn't have much going on outside of him. Like, who is she really? Exactly. We need to figure that out. Jamie seems like he has trained her to be quiet. Yes. Even in the confessionals, when she's talking about things that you can tell he doesn't really want her to talk about, when she was agreeing with what the lady was saying about him being a bully and standing over somebody with this like aggression, she was like, that's him. And he was just looking at her, and he was quiet, like, you're going to pay for this later. Like, that's what it felt like to me. He didn't say anything, but in the end, like, it would just make me feel like she's going to have to deal with this later in some capacity. Another reviewer pointed out how Kimmy pulls at her ear or pulls her hair when she's anxious or uncomfortable, and I noticed it as well. Or she slightly turns her head a little bit. That's one thing I noticed. She can't help it. They're going to try to gaslight the audience. Girl, forever and always. They're 30 years in. That's all they know. No changing him. And that's sad. To me, that's like one thing I've noticed that's really sad about the Black community is the inability to grow in a mental and spiritual capacity. Y'all don't want to be any deeper. Y'all don't want to grow. Y'all feel like once y'all have gotten to a certain age, there's no more growth. And that's just how y'all are, especially a lot of men. And so, when y'all feel like there's nowhere else to grow, I just feel like you might as well die. Like saying you should. But if there's nothing left to learn, then what are you still here for? And I'm not saying do something to yourself. I'm just saying change your mindset about that. There's always something new to learn and understand about life and about yourself. So people shouldn't constantly be in this space of shutting themselves down. You know what I'm saying? They don't want folk in their business, or at least Jamie doesn't. Then why they came on the show? Arena has many businesses. That's what I've heard, but we haven't seen that. And then that's the problem to me. It feels like she's being diminished. And I need to understand why she's being diminished. because that's what it feels like. And I feel like a lot of women do that. Yes, I think that's why he didn't react in the moment. He probably took it out on her later. The sad truth is our childhood creates who we are as adults in this world. Some break the cycle and some don't. A lot of people are emotionally unavailable when it comes to others from it. Yeah. He knows how to act in front of people they don't know. That's exactly why I say they trauma bonded. Their son being blind had her also put in a box by him. She just get along because she needed him for this child. Jamie seemed like a bully, an emotionalist relationship, which is why somebody ain't getting wet for you in their fucking 40s and 50s if you don't have no emotional connection. I've been saying Jamie reminds me of Marceau. A lot, like Marceau is younger and has this like old nigga mentality. I don't know who they learned it from. I want to meet these men. Well, you know, through the TV, not in person, girl, because a lot of these niggas give. Our uncles used to, you know. Anyway, when both Tisha Kimmy referred to Marceau Maurice as the men that God Jesus made for them at the beginning of this season, I knew the fix was in. My parents' relationship is at the point of emotional unavailability, and it's uncomfortable and sad. And I think that's the place that Monique is trying not to get with Chris, because that's what she said about how his parents, they just are kind of like friends, which means there's an unavailability there. Arena showed her director plaque for Mela Maluka. She probably has a team of sales associates, like people that sell Scentsy or Mary Kay. Okay. I mean, listen, I believe that she about her money. I'm just saying that I have not seen that as a part of their story in the same way that the other women's professions are a part of theirs. I believe Arena is very smart and has played her role and will continue to do so to stay comfortable. Yeah. Yep. Value yourself and not objects. I mean, they're not listening to me, so I don't know why I keep telling them. I appreciate Quick being open, but the other guy will never change. He'll learn things to manipulate her more. Quick also worries me. I only feel like the reason why Quick doesn't disrespect Ashley that way is because he fears losing her. Because even though Quick is a DJ and all of that, you know, Ashley knows what she's giving. You know what I'm saying? Ashley knows what she's giving. And so I don't feel like he will easily toss her to the side for anybody. Not even him, not the way Jamie will to me. She's not comfortable though. Melanin Mason, she has money. So that means that she's, happy, right? Girl, when I tell you, I'm about to start getting real detached from y'all with this shit. On the live, Jay Lee posted, Arena said the show cut all her scenes at her businesses, which she really wanted shown. Okay. And I know she has businesses, but I just kind of feel like even in conversations, like I think they're trying to make her look a certain way, but I also feel like that's because she's playing that role. My dad and his wife don't love each other at all, and it's clear to see. I feel so bad because they ain't going nowhere. Damn. That's so sad to me. People really be like they really decide their lives are over at one point and they just stop. Everything just becomes very monotonous. And if you're happy about that, that's fine. But I feel like in my life, I'm always going to be trying to, experience life in one respect or another. Am I the only one who loves Ashley and loves seeing her bring the nice nasty? I mean, I'm sure somebody in the comments will answer that. Ashley will check fun size. He's slightly scared of her. Yes, that's what it's giving. I actually use Melaleuca, and I've never heard of it, and they're a good company. I used to use them when I was younger. I love their plant-based washing liquid. Okay. Yes, what I said, Black men that has to survive their life don't know how to show up emotionally. No, they don't. And then whenever somebody requires it, they're doing too much. They're requiring too much. Yeah. See, that's why I just kind of have the attitude of, okay, well, I'll just take myself out of the equation. Like, that's fine. I'm not gonna, okay. That's why I understand these marriage struggles without being married. Having watched my parents gives me a lot to unpack and address in therapy before I'm married. Honestly, I pray Arena eternal peace. I thank you for that comment because I appreciated that. It's the morals for me. But I get it, I guess. Girl, whew, you know, you be trying. You be trying. I know some people who stay together because it's convenient and divorcing is expensive. I feel bad for them in that they feel they have no option but to stay in an unfulfilled marriage. That's how I feel. I feel like that's sad. I feel like that's sad. And like on Love Jones, when she said, all we have are those years. Child, all we have are all those years. Okay. But yes, y'all, that was basically everything that happened on Love and Marriage DC. So let's talk about Nightcap. My notes from Nightcap. Tiffany needs a new hairstylist. Ashley says no one answered the DM she sent out to the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast but Tiffany. Quick is calling himself Big Quick, and Ashley says no scamming over here. Real businesses, real money. That's all shade to Winter. Quick says, and that's another thing. Why are y'all? Do y'all think that Winter is a scammer? Because I'm trying to understand why y'all are using Kevin's situation to you know, y'all are using Kevin's situation to shade her. Quick says men don't do mess, right? But Winter, she's not saying anything, but she's using trigger words. I felt like Quick was doing way too much to me. I know Carlos was eating that shit up. Carlos loves when y'all come on there and show y'all ass. But I personally felt like Quick was doing way too much. And the way he was just hopping around the stage and shit, like it was not making him look big. It was very much making him look little and just hopping all over like a little grasshopper. He was so cute. His little suit. He's doing a lot. But I do understand what he's saying about Winter using trigger words, black women, and all of those types of shit. Yeah, no. She's very, very intentional and she's very smart. But so are you. And I feel like y'all are trying to like do the same thing she's doing while trying to call her out for it at the same time. Okay. Ashley says they will never be friends. She's tired of this half of head having ass bitch. And I was just like, damn, Ashley, okay. We get it. Y'all don't like each other. I feel like you didn't like her from day one. And I want to know what the history is because I feel like you've never liked her. I feel like when you were talking shit and laughing about her when she was talking about getting cheated on the first episode, like I'm waiting on the explanation behind that. Because I feel like you can say what you want to say, Ashley, but you obviously don't like her. And it was from before. I'm not saying you don't have a reason. Because Winter, you know, Winter seems like the type of person to get it up out you with a smile on her face. Like Drew. You know, they keep it cute. They keep it calm, but they're shading you and you're losing your shit. And they're just keeping it calm and acting like they don't know what you're talking about. I honestly like that kind of arguing as an adult woman. Because I ain't about to be fighting you hoes all the time. But when Quick said that men don't do messy, I was like, Quick, you're messier than Ashley, but I'm going to let it go. Because I feel like a lot of times Ashley might have just been sitting there and Ashley will co-sign or then add on to the shit that Quick says. When Quick gets started, Quick is going. Okay? Half of head is getting stale. I mean, I didn't even know that was something to shade somebody about, having half a head of hair. Like, yeah, people do that. People cut half their hair off. People shave one side all the time. Like, I didn't know that was a deep read, but I guess, girl, she been reading her about that since the first episode. But yeah, she doesn't have any issues with her. She doesn't care. Been reading that bitch since episode 1. Don't have a issue with her. Okay. Tiffany says Lewis wants sex multiple times a day. And I talked about this in my full review of Love and Marriage Huntsville that is exclusive for my members, which has been posted all over the place, but I'm going to make sure I pin it in shit. But yeah, Tiffany says Lewis wants sex multiple times a day. And I was like, so yeah, that's an issue, y'all. And they glazed over it. So I don't know if it's true or not, Tiffany. You're going to have to let me know. I'm going to have to DM Tiffany and ask her. You know, Tiff, let's have a little quick conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because I want, you know, it don't even have to be a whole interview, but I really would just kind of want to talk and find out, like, what's tea about you and Lewis as it pertains to this sex situation? Because you're saying that he wants sex multiple times a day and that him getting it up is the problem. He needs to put it back down. Okay? Y'all saying y'all don't believe Tiffany, but the way Lewis acted on this last episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville talking about spreading the legs and shit. I said, oh no, I see it. Oh no, I see it. I absolutely see it. And listen, you could listen. There are a lot of people that may feel like, Lewis isn't attractive, but ultimately that doesn't matter. Like, I'm just saying, like, that doesn't matter. That don't mean his wife don't want to fuck him, especially if she fucking him all the time. I think Lewis is a nice looking guy. I just think Lewis needs to lose some weight. For me to say that, I'm just saying, like, some men, once y'all gain weight a little bit too much, it starts to look like y'all are, wilding all on the outsides, and just get that a little bit together. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. You don't have to like be all muscle bound and shit, but you can, you know what I'm saying? You can tone it up just a little bit. You know what I mean? Especially because you are like in baseball. You're in like a physical sport type situation. I guess I feel like he needs to do more work in that respect, because that's like also an extension of your business for you to be fit in some capacity. Like, isn't he like a baseball coach and then owns like a store about, with baseball stuff in it or something like that? But I feel like in the face, he's absolutely a nice looking man. So I wouldn't say that. I also feel like, when Lewis isn't giving nasty energy like he was giving, he seemed like a really cool type man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else. Tiffany says they are not having threesomes because on the episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Martell insinuated that Tiffany and Lewis have an open relationship of some sort, or that she's more open. And then they played this clip and I was so confused because I was like, what is that clip supposed to mean? Like, is that supposed to mean something? I was so confused. You guys. I was like, what are they talking about? Martell's running back and forth and shit. And it sounded like Tiffany was saying that she's open to threesomes. But then when they got on the show, she was like, no, she's not open to it. But then kind of had this energy that I could be lying. So I don't know. But that also would not surprise me, y'all. There are a lot of people that are open to threesomes. It's not a shocker. Ashley likes dressing up and role playing. Everyone has recorded themselves having sex. Everybody, okay? Ashley and Quick continue to go in on Winter about how she wants to be a victim so bad. And I just kind of was like, y'all literally spent the whole time y'all were there either talking about sex or talking about Winter. I just want to point that out. All right, y'all. So I haven't been feeling the energy to do a call-in today. Because the first time somebody says something crazy to me on call-in, I'm gonna curse y'all the fuck out. Because I see how y'all been in this chat today, and I already told y'all I was on one, and I'm really showing a lot of growth as a person for not cursing a lot of y'all out and blocking y'all the way I want to. Because a lot of y'all think y'all being slick and smart in my comments, and at the end of the day, bitch, you still in my comments. But anyway, let's go ahead and press on to Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm gonna give y'all a few little tidbits and then I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. It is what it is. More of the comments. Okay. Let's see. Where do I want to start? Do we think Melnika is fucking Martell? Thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Jaylee? Oh my God. Do we think Melnika and Martell are fucking? Because I'm starting to feel that way. The way he's talking about her, the way Marceau and them are saying, oh, maybe he needs another male too. Like maybe third time's a charm. I feel like he's saying that because she's not in good enough shape like Mel to be the new Mel. But you're using her. Must be her. I don't know. Melnika, you might have to tell us, girl. You may not want to tell us. But I feel like it's a possibility. I feel like it's a possibility based off the things that they've been saying and insinuating, and the way Martell is latching on to her. Melnika for sure at least knew who Martell was fucking while he was married. I don't know. But something no, but she wants to. Yes, absolutely. She is messing with Martell. She def given that she wants to. She is playing the long game as friend. And remember, didn't Marceau say that's the original Mel? Uh-huh. He did say that. I hope the fuck not. It feels like he needs a woman to do everything for him. Uh-huh. That's her job as his manager to book his gigs. I don't see that energy from her at all. Okay. It's not okay, so that's her job to book his gigs. When you say that, it makes me think that you feel like the reason why I said she's fucking him or she may be fucking him is because she's booking his gigs. No, 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 no. That's not where this is coming from. This is coming from the way Martell is talking about the way she believes in him. And I don't know if she is. I'm wondering what's happening in their relationship because of how often we're hearing her name. And also how Martell keeps talking about how much she believes in him. And how he really, he knows he can do it because she believes in him. And then the other men are like, oh, you need another male. You know what I'm saying? So the energy of it is making me question. I'm not saying it happened, but I am questioning, especially when you add Mel saying on the end of the episode, preview for next week's episode, she said that Melnika was their wedding planner and backed out because apparently Martell was cheating and tried to holler at her assistant at some point. So, okay, but do y'all remember then when Martell was saying he wanted all of the linebackers around him? Do y'all remember when he said that? So I want y'all to understand when they say linebackers. I know what ignorant ass Ariane meant, but I think they just mean women who have big old titties. Like, I'm gonna just be real. I think we're talking about women whose titty ratio outweighs their ass ratio. Okay, that's what I think we're talking about. Because Melnika ain't no big old chick, but she got some big ass titties. So when they talk about linebackers, I think that Ariane's, little skinny malnourished ass is talking about women with big old titties. Okay. So when he was like, he said himself, I want all the linebackers around me. So that makes me feel like, I don't know if Martell actually cares about the way a woman looks as much as what she can provide him. So I think he would absolutely fuck Melnika if it meant that he didn't have to pay her for her services that he probably can't afford because he's been struggling. But I could be wrong. Because he sounds so sure he got her dedicated to him. That right there. Mia, I know what they are talking about, and I also know what I feel like these men are talking about. That's why I said I know what Ariane meant, but I also know what that really means, which that really means is women with big titties and that aren't skinny. I'm clear on what you and Ariane and all y'all think that is. I'm clear. But I also know what these niggas think. And these niggas think big old titties. Okay. I'm way off on the lingo. No, I certainly believe he'd poke her if she allowed, but she looks like she wants a real man. Girl, let me tell you something. It's his tone when referencing her. Listen. I didn't like how Marceau was saying little sneaky-ish. Uh-huh. Y'all, that nigga's an agent of chaos for sure. Not Queen Latifah's. No. First of all, that's what I imagine. Like the Queen Latifah's. Like that's what I imagine though. Like women who just have big titties. You can say what you want to, but Queen always had a nice shape. You know what I'm saying? She's not like a boy. She's not up and down. She's not Wendy Williams body type, that's just titties and nothing else. No, like it's very much real big titties, okay? And a little butt and hip and all of that, but mostly it's titties. And there are women who are like that. And I feel like, that linebacker shit is weak. And that's why I'm assigning it to women with bigger breasts. Because I know that when it comes to these niggas, that's how they see it. You women may be like, oh, a big back bitch. Yeah, okay. But the nigga is looking at the titties. Thank you for the super chat. Seriously though, Malnika seems that she is managing Martell's life. He mumbles and never has a complete idea. And if you listen to him, she is literally another Mel. Yeah, they keep saying it. Thank you for the super chat. They keep saying it. That's why I feel like something might be going on there. Okay. Moving on from there. Did y'all see Maya Petrova there? Like, she didn't say a lot, but she was there. And I'm wondering what that's about. I really am. I want to know why Maya Petrova was there and what she had to do with this. She has really good products. The Kuchiwa soap and the Vag Elixir are bomb. The Vag Elixir is really good for like UTIs and like, you know how if you have sex and you get like a little raw, put that oil in there. It'll get you together. It'll get you together. I don't think and I've said this because I'm familiar with her. I don't think she's dating him. She may have gotten dick from him or something, but I don't think she would date him. He's too low vibrational for her. In my look, I could be totally wrong, y'all, and I would be open to being wrong. Y'all can call me and be like, girl, they are really together, and I will be fucking surprised, okay? Because Maya Petrova is online damn near every morning doing like, you know, meditations and bringing positivity and knowing your worth as a woman, and I cannot imagine her being in a relationship of any kind with him, okay? I just couldn't imagine it based off of what I know of her and what I understand of him and what I understand of women like Maya Petrova. Like, it doesn't even make sense. The mansion thing was very silly. I really didn't get the point. I think they were trying to, I think it was Martell wanting to be like, you know, I'm gonna get y'all in trouble. I'm gonna get y'all in trouble. So I'm gonna set all this shit up to look bad. And then y'all gonna have to deal with y'all wives being angry with y'all. Since all of y'all kept y'all wives and I didn't keep mine, even though we were all doing the same thing. That's what Martell is on. Which is why I look at Maurice and Marceau like, y'all are just trying to protect the shit that he actually does know that he can put out there. Y'all are just trying to protect yourselves from that. Because Martell is being a straight up asshole to y'all and y'all know it. And so all of this Marty shit that Maurice is doing and all of that, I already know you're doing this to placate him because you're scared of what he could actually put out there about y'all if he wants to. And he knows it, which is why he has this smirk on his face the whole time that y'all just gonna deal. Y'all gonna do this shit, huh? Y'all gonna tape with me and y'all gonna do this shit, huh? And y'all might get in trouble with y'all bitches. But y'all gonna do this shit though, huh? Like, that is the energy that Marty is giving Maurice and Marceau this entire time. And Marceau is just laughing like, yeah, nigga, but you ain't gonna catch me caught up. Okay? You got caught up because you dumb. Okay? They ain't gonna catch me. Okay? That's the energy Marceau is giving. And Maurice is like, I'm just here for moral support. Also, to prove to my wife that I can go to Atlanta and not fuck anybody. Thank you, Kia, for the super chat. I think Ariane uses that as a put down because she knows Martell likes that type too. Okay, for the super chat. All right, thank you. What else do I want to talk about from this? Tisha and Kimmy meeting up. So let me explain. I've started to realize something about myself. Like, I'm very intuitive, right? I don't know if people recognize that about me. I really don't give a fuck. I'm intuitive. So when I look at people, I don't always see what y'all see. Y'all looking at them on outside. I'm seeing shit that's breaking through the cracks from something going on the inside. So Tisha always looks amazing, but Tisha has looked increasingly more rough to me over the past season. I don't know what it is. But she looks tired. She looks anxious. She looks like she's being worn the fuck out. And I see it every time I look at her. And I saw it during this scene with her and Kimmy. And she said to Kimmy, she's been struggling and she feels like if something were going on, God would show her. God would reveal it to her. But she doesn't have a choice in believing her husband. She has to believe him and ignore the haters. So there are a lot of us who feel like they're playing in our faces. But see, these moments, these are the moments that make me realize that Tisha believes the shit that she's saying. Not really, but like she's connected to everybody believing this lie in a way that it seems like she's believing her own lie. You know he's not faithful. You know it. You know it. And you saying that you need more evidence than the back of his fucking head, which you done looked at so many times. You know that's the back of your husband's fucking head. And you gonna sit up here and tell us that you need more evidence in the back of his head? Fine, got it, cool. But do me a favor, Tisha, stop expressing your insecurity. Stop. Because this is my problem. Mel was barely in this episode, right? Right? Mel had nothing to do with the Atlanta trip, right? Somehow Mel will get blamed for trying to tear down Marceau and Tisha's marriage. However, if Tisha trusted her husband, nobody would be able to tear her relationship down. And if Tisha trusted her husband, him going to Atlanta would not make her look a frazzled mess on camera. And Kimmy is a little bit better because Kimmy's older and Kimmy has solidified a sense of self in a way that can't exactly be penetrated, but she loves the man, she loves the dick, and she's willing to swallow bullshit to have it. Understandable, right? Understandable. I feel like Kimmy is coming from a place of, I know, because I was out here single for a long time. I raised my son by myself. I understand what the other side of this looks like. And now I want to experience this. Even if it's me having to swallow bullshit, I want to experience being this man's wife, going on trips, being on his show, living this life with this man, regardless of the fact that he may sometimes do things that I don't like. Okay? Tisha, on the other hand, has been in this relationship since she was in college. I believe Marceau trapped her. And they have been through so much together where I feel like their relationship is also a collection of keeping our secrets. Now that we know about all of these, all these cases and shit, all of these, this record that Tisha seems to have, I feel like their relationship, much like Martell and Mel's relationship, was a lot about protecting an image. But the difference is Mel didn't care about the image when the inside started to fully not reflect the image. She still loved Martell. She still wanted to be with Martell. But as soon as all of that turned to not be true in front of everybody, it was not true behind closed doors. So she couldn't stay. She had to go. Everybody else can kind of stay there, even though they know what's happening out in front of everybody isn't reflective of what's going on behind closed doors. So I do think that to some respect, Tisha knows what's going on. Yes, absolutely. But I think like Mel, she may have thought it happened and now it's over. That's why she should just shut up and not say anything when she's insecure versus asking more questions versus telling people that it's never happened to her and it's not going to happen to her and she's never experienced that. You make the mistake by speaking when you're insecure instead of just being quiet. I'm just saying, everybody can learn from that. If your response is coming out of insecurity, sit on it. Sit on it. Femboy, thank you for the super chat, Blue. Boo. Bondi, I like your viewpoint that it's about big titties, because I hate when people, especially other women, shame women for having broader and wider shoulders and attack their femininity. Yeah, no, I don't like that shit neither. I don't like that shit neither, and that's why I'm not doing that. And because I know at the end of the day, these niggas don't care. And like I said, you and your little frail frame might be seeing, oh, big back, linebacker bitch. No, bitch, fuck you. He's seeing big titties that he about to put his dick in. Because he can't do it with yours. Everybody has their positives. Everybody has value in this sex game, okay? So stop thinking that you're better than somebody because you look malnourished. Because sometimes Ariane looks like, child, that video that y'all thought she looked pregnant, I said, y'all better check on her and make sure she eating over there. Cause she looked like one of them girls that stress themselves so much they don't eat. Thank you for the super chat, boo. Check on it, y'all. Okay. A hole is a hole is a hole. Okay. What do I think about Funky hanging with the Scots? I think that Funky is getting a bag. That's what Funky does. Funky should always get his bag. My friend's calling, but I have to call her back as soon as I'm done. I'm gonna call you back when I'm done. I'm very intuitive as well. Maybe that's why my opinion of Tisha is a little different from everyone else's. Really? That shot of Maurice and Marceau said that wasn't me. Oh, that I posted on Instagram when he said that wasn't him, child, that was absolutely you. It's all lazy reads anyway. I think Marlo just act like that for the show. Okay, some of y'all are late coming in, so y'all are like all the way at the beginning. But y'all shame Tiffany for having big thighs. That's not cool either. Who shames Tiffany for having big thighs? I literally just was talking about how nice Tiffany's shape is. Saying someone has thick thighs is not like shaming them for having them. Okay. I have big titties and broad shoulders. It's so annoying when people assume I'm masculine because of this. Yo, this is just my body and I love it. And you should. And you should. You should love your body. Fuck what they talking about. Everybody ain't meant to look alike. How are they blaming Mel for the record info if it's public? Wow. Yeah, I saw that they were doing that. And I don't understand how it's Mel's fault when it's public and the Scots have pissed off the viewing public. So y'all have one person specifically who pulled y'all shit up. Like Black Titanic pulled y'all shit up. You talking about? She truly believes she can speak Marceau's commitment into existence. It's sad, infuriating to watch. It is. I agree. It's so obvious how insecure Tisha is. She always tells on herself. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad to me. I really want her to do better, but I feel like I've been watching for so long now. It's like watching women who you want to leave an abusive relationship and they won't. And then they tell you to mind your business. So that's what you start doing. That's what I'm doing. She wanted Kimmy's friendship so she could have someone to confide in because she knows what Maurice has done. Woo. Y'all saw the video airing on live with her baby by the pool, no life jacket. Maybe her baby could swim. Damn, Bondi, you still on? Girl, I'm about to get off. I mean, it's only been 2 hours. That's usually the time that I'm on, but y'all don't have to tell me I've been on here too long, girl. I'm about to get off. No, I'm not doing call-in today because people in the chat were making me feel away, so I don't feel like being bothered. Thank you, Fantasy, for the super chat. That he coming off of Maurice and Melnika. Nah, stop. I didn't say that. Tiffany tries to hide her figure for something. Yes, that's what I feel. That's why she dresses all old and shit. She fine as shit though. Like, I don't know what y'all are talking about. Ain't nobody shaming Tiffany's body. Tiffany has a nice body. She just don't know how to put clothes on it. You know, correct clothes that make her look good instead of making her look like an old lady. Tisha seems like she just wants to be loved, so she takes whatever she can get. Unfortunately, she don't know how much power she has. Nope. I will be doing Basketball Wives probably tomorrow. The Black Titanic was pissed at Wanda. Wanda thought she was nickel slick, but she had her penny chain. Child, now she thought she was nickel slick, but she had her penny change, bitch. Who don't love having big legs? Girl, listen, ever since I've been working out and doing and you know, doing weights and shit, like, girl, I've been like, oh, look at my legs getting big. Right. We shame Tiffany for not being able to dress. Okay. But not for something that she can't change, like her body. Girl had a nice body. I think that anybody that has a healthy body has a nice body. But you know, the girls do go up for the hippie buddy girls. You know, we do. We go up for the hippie buddy girls. That's what we've been taught. Okay. I'm a BondyBlue member. Why it don't show on here? Because it's YouTube. So if you're a member on my website, it's not going to show on YouTube. But you still get the perks. I went to several different high schools. I went to Prep. I went to Easton. I went to another school after Katrina. Yeah, Tiffany fine to me. She just don't know how to dress. But as soon as she get her shit together and start dressing, we killing these hoes. When Tisha, it depends on what it is. When Tisha added God and her foolishness, child took me out. I know her relationship with God would have revealed it to her. I said, girl, you think God don't work through the internet? Child, listen, y'all been in these chats complaining about me being on here, so I'm about to go. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.